All right, we back. We gonna wait for a couple more people to get in. What up, Pop Hotep? Peace and blessings to you too. What up, Palawe? Yeah, I don't know what happened, man. They tried to get me up out of there. You know how it is. You just go back in here. Yeah, what's up, Panda Milk? Yeah, I know, right? Dear Blaze, what's going on? You already know the vibes. I hear that. I know, right? Need to get working on that ASAP. Hope y'all all having a good Monday. You know what I mean? I had a decent day. You know, it's gonna be a short week. You know, we got the holiday coming up. You know what I mean? Hey, so question, right? While we waiting on a couple more people to jump in. Yo, what's your how you prefer your turkey? Traditional baked, fried, smoked, any other way I don't know about? How y'all do your turkeys on Thanksgiving? That's what I'm interested in. I wasn't gonna do a turkey this year. I was gonna make like 4 rotisserie chickens. Throw them bitches on the table. Do people really like turkey like that? Like, I'm not a big turkey fan. Like, I'll eat it if it's got like a decent dressing with it. But like turkey on its own, no, I can't do it. Strictly turkey breast? You can see that. Oven baked, cuz I hear you got, you know, the classics be good, especially when you season them right, you feel me? See, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, see, you know, that's what I'm thinking about doing. You know what I mean? I got a turkey in the freezer, but I'm like, yo, like, is anybody really gonna eat it? You know, because then like nobody really eat it, then you gotta turn it into some kind of stew. You know, yeah. See, you know, chicken. I mean, chicken good. Like, it's easy. It don't take as long to cook. You know what I mean? Taking up all the oven space. No, I ain't balling like that. I ain't got 2 ovens like some people do. Okay, I see you, Panda Milk. All right. You know, because the family is embarking on my house this year, unbeknownst to me up until a couple of days ago. So, you know, I got to prepare for that. You know what I mean? You know how that go. Family in there, they're going to be up here eating up all the food, drinking up all the Kool-Aid, watching all my TV. You know what I mean? But, you know, it's family. You know what I mean? It's how it is, you know what I mean? We supposed to be going to my mother's house, but she was supposed to go out of town. So then somehow I got volunteered, and then she called me up talking about she ain't going out of town no more. She coming to my house. I'm like, dang, I feel like it's a setup. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous out here in these streets. You know what I mean? All right, so let's get started, y'all. So, as you notice, like I said before, you give everything at least 24 hours, yo, before stuff come out. You know what I mean? And what we found out about this dude up there in Waukesha, Wisconsin, he just some shine that was running from another altercation and ran through these people. Now, the Koofy in me, Koofy on tight, I feel like it's more to that story. You feel me? But that's what we being reported to. You know what I mean? But have you noticed the media silence? Have you noticed the mainstream media silence in the way they're trying to curb this? Like, no mention of his race, no mention of any of that. They're not really trying to mention his record. You know what I mean? They just, you know, the headline in CNN was, you know, as an SUV. Let me see if I can find that joint. I was just looking at that. Yeah, check this out, right? Check out this headline from CNN. At least 5 killed after SUV plows into holiday parade. Like the truck had a mind of its own and it did what it wanted to do, and they wanted to take out some people in the parade. You know what I mean? It's just dishonest, man. You know what I mean? But when you click on it, you know, they make mention of them, and then down below they show a picture of them, and that's about it. You know what I mean? So I figured I'd just go over to the Milwaukee Journal. You know what I mean? They kind of gave a, you know, a decent synopsis on this guy and where he came from. You know, so what nobody's really talking about, you know, except for I heard it on Fox News or whatever. You know, this dude was released like 2 days ago. He was released like 2 days ago on $1,000 bail, where apparently he tried to run somebody else over with a car. That's the crazy part. Earlier this month, a woman told police that Brooks purposefully ran her over, or he did it. Purposefully ran her over with his vehicle while she was walking through the gas station parking lot. After he had followed her there after a fight, according to the criminal complaint. He was arrested on November 5th. He tried to he ran her over, apparently. That's fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean? And then he gets out, and then 2 days later, he does the same thing. Like, how ridiculous is this? You know what I mean? It's sad, man. $1,000 bail recommended by the prosecutors and accepted by the court commissioner was inappropriately low given the nature of the charges, according to a statement from the Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office. That is ridiculous. $1,000 bail, yo. For running a lady over. How ridiculous is that? You know what I mean? It's too much, man. It's too much. Oh, we got Uncle Hotep in the building. We got Uncle Hotep in here. What up, Uncle Hotep? Give me a second. Let me refresh this joint. I'm trying to be like you, you know. I'm trying to do the Uncle Hotep grift, you know. While I'm waiting on that. But I mean, this is ridiculous. So over here on Twitter, check this out. You know what I mean? This is his rap sheet, essentially. You know what I mean? I'm sure it's a couple more things. I'm sure this is just like the first page. You know what I mean? But this is rap sheet. I'm just trying to get my chats back up, guys. Give me a second so I can put you guys on the screen. There we go. All right, let's do that. Go ahead and go back. Boom, there we go. There we go. What up, Unc? Yeah, you know what I mean? And that's the thing. You would, you know, this they think everything on paper is perfect, you know what I mean? They never look at real life application for shit like this, you know what I mean? And then they don't want to be held responsible because they're so disconnected from reality, you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. What up, cuz? You think he got the pickup from the auction or somebody extended car loan? You too soon, cuz. Come on, yo. The track was fine. Come on, yo. But check this out. Resisting or obstructing an officer. Bail jumping. Second degree recklessly endangering safety. Domestic abuse. Assessments. Disorderly conduct. Battery. Domestic abuse assessment. Like, yeah, Brian Dawson said the track was fire. He said the track was fire. I ain't listened to it. I'm gonna have to go check that out. Matter of fact, we might have to check it out. Nah, I'm not giving that publicity on this. I ain't giving that nigga that publicity on here, man. I know I ain't got that big of an audience like that, but fuck him. You know what I mean? He killed a bunch of people for what? You know what I mean? You know. What's up, Emmanuel? What's up? What's up? You heard where's Cam? Yeah, I seen that. He was, yeah, I heard about that. Was it overseas or some shit like that? Like, yeah, I heard about him pimping. No, in Vegas. He's pimping some 16-year-old out in Vegas, right? Like, yo, that's ridiculous. Yo, we got Brody McFarlane. What's up, Brody, yo? What's up? Keep it moving, cuz. Keep it moving. You know, but this is ridiculous, yo. Like, and the thing is, you got, like I said, like I showed y'all last night, you got punk ass Roland Martin capping for him, you know what I mean? Trying to equate this to the January 6th, you know what I mean? The January, you know, that day in January, you know what I mean? They're trying to equate it to that day in January, you know, trying to throw this dude some bail. It was West Coast, that's what I thought. Yeah, it's too soon, cuz. It's too soon. But yeah, sending prayers to everybody involved, man, you know. But it's just like, you know how Twitter is, yo. Twitter is a rough place, yo. Like, you know, people was trying to cat when they found out, like most people when they found out he's black, they was either trying to say it was retaliation for Kyle. I mean, then you had some people, you know, there was just so much speculation going on yesterday. And nobody knew what the deal was. And, you know, like I said, we don't know if there's some goofy nigga that was just drinking, watching a football game or what, and he, you know, did all that shit or what, you know. But like I said, yo, I don't know, you know, you know, full Koofy on tight, full disclosure. I think there's more to this story. I don't, you know, it's just interesting to me, you know, how the chain of events played out, you know. But that's just me, you know what I mean? I don't know, yo. It's crazy. Like, you would never think some shit like that would happen in Wisconsin of all places. You know what I mean? Hotep Oz, what's the deal? You know, it's just crazy because, like, and like I said, and you know, and Dia Blaze and Brian Dotson, they from around here. Man, you from around these parts, yo. I said it before. You feel me? Like, there's a reason why, you know, this shit happens in our community. There's a reason why shit like this happen in democratic cities and strongholds. You know what I mean? Like, they don't enforce the rules on the books. They don't enforce them laws on the books. Like I said, Baltimore City, we got 350 murders every year. There's a reason for that. It's because they don't enforce the laws on the books. If you come down here, right, we got a route called Route 83. Route 83 dead ends downtown, right? When you look to your left coming into the city, there's the jail, right? Jail sitting right there. And on the jail, it says, drop the gun or pick a room. So technically, if you get caught with a gun you ain't supposed to have in Baltimore, you supposed to get 5 off rip, right? You're supposed to get 5 off the rip. But they don't enforce it. They don't enforce it. And then finally, when, you know, somebody go do some unthinkable shit, you feel me? Or, you know, what they've been worried about it, what they was worried about them doing. When they finally do that unthinkable thing, like murder somebody or whatever, you know what I mean? The rap sheet like 17 pages long. It's like 17 pages long already. They should have put away a long time ago. But they get these chances after chances after chance because they don't enforce the laws on the books. They don't. You know what I mean? And that's in most democratic strongholds. They don't enforce their laws and they keep doing this. You know what I mean? And it's ridiculous. You know, I was working today and the dude I had with me today, He was telling me about a story from yesterday. I don't know if you heard about this, Dia Blaze. Some dudes ran up in a house and took out a 5-year-old, yo. Like, they ran down on a 5-year-old and killed him. Happened in Southwest Baltimore yesterday. You know, then earlier this week, we had some dudes run up in a church and kill a cleaning lady, 80-year-old cleaning lady, just volunteering because she go to the church to clean the church. They ran down on her, killed her, robbed the church. I swear, yo, I don't know what's in the water with these young kids today, yo. You feel me? Like, it's too much, man. It's a lot of shit going on. Then you got this dude right here on the screen. This nigga, he go and he run over a bunch of people, 40 people, yo, injured. 11 people, 23 went to the hospital, 5 of them dead. Ran over 40 people, yo. It's ridiculous. It's sad. It's sad what we coming to. And then they wonder why, you know, but that's the thing though, right? Shit like this happen. Black community don't want to talk about this. They want to keep it quiet, right? They start making up excuses and shit. But let this have been a white boy, and let this shit have been like fucking Southeast DC or Philly, you feel me, or Atlanta or some shit, and he did this shit. This be nonstop news right now. You feel me? You know, it's crazy. You know what I mean? Oh shit, for real? What's up? It's the Cosmo Group. Salute the Cosmo Group. That's crazy. They got a 100K reward for them. Yeah, somebody turned them niggas in. You feel me? But that's just sad, man. You know, that's somebody's grandmother, somebody's mother. You know what I mean? It's crazy, you know. And then, like I said, you know, they ran down on a 5-year-old, yo, killed the 5-year-old. Like, for what? Like, what beef you had with his parents where you had to take him out? You know what I mean? You know, it's just sad. You know what I mean? It's just yeah, I heard about that. That was in was that Philly, yo? Was that Philly Pop Pop? She was getting out the car and she after her baby shower when she got popped. You know what I mean? That's just sad, man. I'll put that up there. Hold up. Yeah, it's another thing. These niggas go to jail like it's sandals out this bitch. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, but the white man the enemy, right? The white man the enemy. The white man ain't in these neighborhoods killing us. We killing us. But the white man the enemy, though. You feel me? It's ridiculous. You're right. You right. Yeah, but it has to be the right person to kill that white man or the black man. I mean, it can't be another black man. He ain't got no money. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, what up? We got Hotep Jesus in the building. Salute. I'm just up here trying to get my grift on. You know, learning from you and Uncle Hotep. Tune in, drop out, salute, welcome up, welcome. Yeah, they caused the problem. And then they create the solution to the problem that they caused. You know what I mean? Hegelian dialect. You know what I mean? That's what it is. You know, it's ridiculous, yo. But that's what it is. That's why I always call it the tail wagging the dog. That's what it is. Control chaos. You know what I mean? Let's not give that white man a pass. Nah, nobody giving no white man no pass out here in these streets, but at the same time, we gotta stop giving niggas a pass too, cuz we gotta start giving these niggas a pass. You know what I mean? Like I said, they ain't even want to say this nigga was black. They fuck around and tried to whiten his skin a little more with some Photoshop or some shit, make this nigga look Arab or some shit. You know what I mean? You know how they do. Yeah, you right. Yep. You know what I mean? Brandon, welcome in. No, you know, and that's the thing, right? I know you can't believe it, but that's business as usual. You know what I mean? You know, they got a narrative they pushing right now. We the victims. Black people's the victims. The white man, you know what I mean? The white man, the man willing to fight for the Constitution. You know what I mean? it's sad, you know what I mean? But you know, it's just what it is. But people are sheep, and people are just going to follow what the news say. The news tell you this is the problem, that's what the problem is, you know what I mean? It's sad, man, you know what I mean? It's ridiculous out here in these streets, and we see it right here. We see it right here, you know what I mean? And I don't know that I don't, you know, it's just, I don't know, man. Like, we ain't gonna hear much about this. They just gonna let this shit quietly fade to the back. They gonna let this shit quietly fade to the back. You know what I mean? You're right, and it's not just, you know, it's not just the white folks. You know, the Jewish community, that the Muslim community. They all hold each other accountable. They police their own communities. We one of the only people that don't police our own communities. We got the stop snitching culture, where we got that stop snitching culture, where, you know, you can't go tell on nobody, you can't say nothing to nobody, you can't talk to the police even though you saw that shit. You know what I mean? That's ridiculous to me. You know what I mean? It's fuck that. You know, like, you gotta do that. You gotta tell people what the deal is. Like, if you want to clean up your neighborhoods, you gotta do it yourself. Whether it's, you know, working with the police to catch somebody. If you saw such and so on the corner, such and so did this, get them out of there, yo. You know, but the community gotta have your back too. That's the problem. Communities ain't communities no more, especially in the black community, man. You know, like, I remember back in the day, you knew all your neighbors, you feel me? You know, you knew who was who, where you can do what. You know, you want your bike tire fixed, you go down to such and so in the corner, he worked for Goodyear, you know what I mean? You want a snowball, you go see Miss such and so, she got a snowball machine, you know what I mean? You need help with your homework, such and so over there, he a teacher. You know, we ain't got that no more. We ain't got community no more. You know what I mean? In the lack of community, this is what you gonna get. You know, a bunch of people out for self. You know? It's just a sad fact of reality. You know, and we can fix it. You know what I mean? I believe you. You know, my stepmother, she Puerto Rican, you know, and you know, her kids, I remember them telling me stories because they from New York, you know what I mean? They seen some things, some stuff go down. We do, you know, there is a lot of overlapping, you know, traits between blacks and Latinos. I get that. Right. Black community is the biggest problem, period. You know what I mean? You know, because now, you know, if you see Miss such and so, I appreciate that DMW. You know what I mean? Like and subscribe if you new. Check me out. I don't know. I didn't see nothing pop up about a news conference. The only news conference I seen was the one last night. I ain't seen anything else today as far as that's concerned. I had to look for that. You know, but like I said, you know, if they see Miss such and so getting mugged and getting harassed in the street, ain't nobody gonna step up like they used to. You know what I mean? They just let that shit happen. You know what I mean? You know, it's sad, you know, and what happened out there in Wisconsin, it shows it, you know. You know, like I said with the story with them running down on a 5-year-old, you feel me? Because of some beef they had with the parents. You know, that's sad. Them killing that old lady in that church here last week, you know what I mean? That's sad. You know what I mean? Not doing nothing to nobody because y'all want some money. Y'all gonna go rob a church? You know what I mean? Y'all gonna go rob a church? Like, come on. You know what I mean? But not only rob the church, you're gonna kill the lady, the elderly woman in there cleaning up the church. You know, just no regard for human life. You know, and it's just sad to me. Sad to me. You know, I mean, I wish the people the best. You know, that, you know, the families and the victims. You know, so close to the holidays. You know what I mean? So close to the holidays. You know, this happened yesterday. Thanksgiving is what? Thursday. Then you got Christmas coming up. You know what I mean? It's sad. Yeah, you're right, Pop. You're right, Pop. Lack of empathy, man. It's complete lack of empathy, and it's just sad. Let me see if I can find something on the press conference. Let's see if they did come up with a press conference. Jeez. So yeah, it looked like it was earlier this morning. It's 32 minutes long. I guess we could watch a little bit of it, see what they got to say. Give me a second.
Attracting new customers has been tricky, so we claimed our free business profile on Google.
Will be coming from our social media, which will be Facebook or Twitter, as well as the city's Facebook or Twitter. So any press releases moving forward will come via those two mechanisms. As of right now, there is no more scheduled press conferences that we're going to be planning out here today. Our list of speakers will be an invocation by Chaplain George Papacristo, common spelling, P-A-P-A-C-H-R-I-S-T-O-U, Chief Dan Thompson, T-H-O-M-P-S-O-N, City Waukesha Police Chief, Fire Chief Steve Howard for the Waukesha Fire Department, H-O-W-A-R-D, City of Waukesha Mayor Sean Riley, S-H-A-W-N,
Let's see if we can skip ahead for real.
L-L-Y, the School District of Waukesha, Dr. Jim Siebert, S-E-B-E-R-T.
And touch them with your loving grace. Please bless those who have been injured and grant them care.
So I think he the police chief.
Recap and provide an update. At 4:39 p.m. on Sunday, November 21st, 2021, a lone subject intentionally drove his maroon SUV through barricades into a crowd of people that was celebrating the Waukesha Christmas Parade, which resulted in killing 5 individuals and injuring 48 additional individuals. I just received information that 2 of the 48 are children and they're in critical condition. We have information that the suspect prior to the incident was involved in a domestic disturbance.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing, Cam.
Prior, and the suspect left that scene just prior to our arrival to that domestic disturbance.
It was all young kids, right, Pop? For the most part, I know 11 of them.
The suspect was driving through into the crowd. One officer did discharge his firearm and fired shots at the suspect to stop.
I mean, 5 of them.
The threat, but due to the amount of people, had to stop and fire. Did not fire any other additional shots.
Oh, wow.
The officer is on administrative leave as part of the department protocol. No one was injured as a result of the officer firing discharging his firearm. The subject was taken into custody a short distance from the scene, and we are confident he acted alone. There is no evidence that this is a terrorist incident. Due to the wind yesterday, there was a power outage downtown Waukesha to further complicate our emergency response. I want to
Yeah, I said that yesterday.
the victims that we know of at this time.
But apparently it's something they do.
And I say this with great sorrow. Virginia Sorensen, 79-year-old female. Leanna Owens, 71-year-old female. Tamara Durand, 52-year-old female. Jane Kulich, 52-year-old female. Wilhelm Hospital, 81-year-old male. The suspect involved in this tragic incident is identified as Daryl E. Brooks, male, 39 years of age, who is a resident of the city of Milwaukee. At this time, the Waukesha Police Department is referring 5 counts of first-degree intentional homicide with additional charges based on the investigation, but those will come in time. There are many roads in downtown area were closed as investigators worked through the crime scene. Those roads have since been opened. I'll say this, minutes after the incident occurred, I responded to the scene, and what I saw out of chaos and tragedy was heroes. First responders and the community coming together and working together on triaging victims, the fire department, working in partnership with the fire department, getting these victims to the hospital.
But they said 5
Fire
counts of
department
first-degree
transported
intentional
multiple
homicide.
victims.
Is that what he
Chief
said?
Barber will talk about that.
That's just, man. Like, geez. Like, I honestly, I don't know what to say. You know, it's sad. It's just sad. You know what I mean? What would make somebody want to do that? Like, what would make somebody want to do that? You know? You know, it's, like I said, it's sad. Now it's OBS on, and then what I'm using is OBS, and I'm using Twidget for the chats. So yeah, no, I'm not using using OBS Streamlabs. I'm just using regular OBS. Yeah, it makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, shit. If it was something a lot heavier, they need to get that shit to him too. Honestly, it should have been pitchfork. It should have been a pitchfork mob, fucking walking up to his house. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Shit, he shouldn't have made it through the night. That's my opinion. You know what I mean? You got kids and the elder. You know what I mean? It's just, that's heartless. You know what I mean? Ain't no problem. You know what I mean? It's just sad. So first the tweak burglar, now he the setup burglar. Nah, it's all good, yo. It's all good. You know what I mean? Shoot, Unc and H, they've been teaching me a lot. You feel me? You know what I mean? Yeah, you gonna let them go after you like that, Unc? Oh man. So check it. I'm gonna see if I can find it in my Twitter real quick. Give me a second. So shout out to Sonny Johnson. Sonny Johnson had posted here we go. Sonny Johnson had posted, I think it was Sonny Johnson. Was it Sonny Johnson? Yeah. So she posted this with nobody's reporting on this again, and this goes to that narrative of, you got a certain narrative for black people, you feel me? And you know, armed father and daughter duo march alongside anti-Rittenhouse protesters to protect them. You know what I mean? So they marching by the anti-Rittenhouse protesters to protect them with the same gun that they marched alongside them with the same gun that they sitting there demonizing, saying that he shouldn't have had in the first place. So what makes them any different? What makes them any different from Rittenhouse? Anybody? Anybody? You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Jason A, what's up, man? But yeah, exactly. If this was a white boy and you know, and his daughter, this would be a whole problem. You know what I mean? They'd be the biggest threat to the United States. You know what I mean? You know exactly what they'd be. You know what I mean? It's just, you know, and it's sad because that's what they want you to believe. They want you to believe, and it wasn't, you know, behold a pale horse. Like I said, go read it if you ain't read it yet. Said in the book. This was a memo from one of the redacted agencies. They want to make it so that the biggest threat to the United States is its patriots, the men and women willing to fight for the Constitution. And what we seeing now, you know, what we seeing now, you know what I mean? We seeing very that they're demonizing, you know, these, you know, constitutional, you know, Republicans, these constitutional patriots, you know, they're extremists, they're white supremacists, you know what I mean? And it's just, it's ridiculous, you know what I mean? And this is what we're, you know, this is where we at, you know, this is, it's getting real fast. Yeah, like I said, they've been throwing, you know, you got some people in the black community, but you got people throwing, you know, capping for them, you know what I mean? And it's sad because, you know, they know better. They know better, but they can't help themselves. Yo, who you telling, yo? Joy Reid, boy, she be getting that grift check. She might be better at grifting than Unc, you feel me? Yeah, because they've been conditioned. They've been conditioned to believe whatever the news tell them. Yeah, you got the new Black Panther Party. You got the Not Fucking Around Coalition, whatever they was. You know what I mean? Nobody ever said nothing. Nobody said nothing about them. Nobody want to bring them up. You know what I mean? You know, and it's crazy and it's sad. You know, they don't want to make those. They don't want to draw those parallels. They don't want to look stupid, so they keep them out of the news as much as possible. They don't want that. You right. You're 100% right, because we're being polarized. We're being set against each other, you know. And thing is, only the few can see that. Only the few can see that. You know what I mean? Let me kick over here to this. But only the few can see that. You know what I mean? And it's sad. Right, but like I said, you know, they've been conditioned. We've been conditioned, man. You know, they don't really understand that the 2A is for them. You know, Ida B. Wells said there should be a Winchester rifle above every firehouse in every black home. You know what I mean? They don't understand that when the black men went to go vote, you know what I mean, the wives stood outside the voting booths with shotguns to make sure that the KKK and whoever else didn't come up and try to deter them from voting. You know what I mean? You know, they used to say the house with the shotgun don't get the cross. You know what I mean? There's stuff like that, and they don't understand that, you know, gun control was made for us. Gun control was made for black people. You know what I mean? And you know, it's sad. You know, armed society is a polite society, and I full on believe that. You know what I mean? It's crazy. You know. You know, it's just sad. You know, I don't know what you know, but with that being said, right, this was another one that I thought was pretty, you know, it's a good question. Should black parents teach their kids to shoot? You know what I mean? And I said, hell yes. You know what I mean? Of course. You know, I wish I would have learned earlier than I did. You know what I mean? Do me a favor, send it, DM it to me so I can see it. Yeah. You know, Joy Reid has some. Yeah. I know, right? That's what I said. She probably do. She be she be railing against him so hard, you know what I mean, that she probably do. She probably go home, you know, who knows? A lot of us have, Emmanuel, you know what I mean? I didn't start getting into the 2A and guns until like 2016. I think 2015. 2015 is when I really got into guns. Before, I didn't own nothing. I didn't own a gun. I wasn't interested in owning a gun. Not that I was against them, because I wasn't. You know, but I never had any real interest in owning one until 2015. That's when I really started getting into it. And I mean, when I say I got into it, I got into it. A couple of these guns back here, I built them myself. That's how into it I got. You feel me? Good for him. He should have capped all three of them niggas. But, you know, as far as, you know, with the question, but you know what I mean? It's crazy. So like, I wish I'd have learned. I wish I'd have learned earlier. I mean, I'm learning now, and now that I know what I know how to, you know, when I teach my daughter and my son, you know, my son's 7, he ain't ready yet. My daughter's 12 though, and she learned. She already got one. You know what I mean? She already got herself a nice little 22, and she she's learning, and she's going to learn more, and she's going to, you know, same thing with my 7-year-old. When he gets old enough to where as though he can go shoot and properly handle a gun and safely and stuff like that, you know. But until then, I teach them proper safety. You know, when I buy a brand new gun, I make sure it's safe, make sure there's nothing there. I hand it to him. He looks at it, you know, does what he do. He know not to look down the barrel. He points in safe direction. He knows that. He sees. You know what that does? Takes the wonderment out of it. It takes the mystery out of the gun. It takes the mystery out of the gun. So then when I'm sitting downstairs and I'm coming from the range and I'm cleaning my guns, my son don't even come over there looking around trying to hover, because he don't care. He don't care. I took all the wonderment out of it. He can care less about it. You know what I mean? You know, and you know, that's just what it is. Exactly. Natasha, perfect. Like, she proved my point. When she was a kid, her dad had a gun cabinet. They didn't think much of it because, you know, it wasn't taboo like the black community makes guns. You know what I mean? You know, I was told all my life that we shouldn't have guns. That what you want a gun for? You know, I wanted a BB gun when I was 8. My mother was like, "What you need a BB gun for? Why you want a BB gun? A BB gun?" You know what I mean? You know, and it's like, you know, we need to teach our kids how to not even just for hunting or whatever, for defense. You know what I mean? It's as simple as that. You know, teach them the proper ways to to handle firearms. I don't care if you're hunting or not. Guns are made to kill. Simple as that. You heard it from Cannon Hotep. I don't care whether you're hunting or using it for self-defense. Guns are made to kill things. Period. And if you're going to be using one to kill things, you need to know how to do it properly. I think learning how to be comfortable and proficient with guns are something that should be taught. You're right. I give it to you. And I told a story on a podcast. I think I was on the Harsh Reality podcast, and I said, yo, I went for my I went to get my hunter's license, and then your hunter's license is basically the gun safety course, right? So when it came time to shoot, I was outshot by a 7-year-old. I was outshot by a 7-year-old. You know why? Because when he was 5, his dad had him in the woods hunting with him. His father said when he was 5, he took his first buck with a rifle. He said his father said he goes duck hunting. He's good at ski shoot. You know, and why can't, and, you know, little white kid, you know, so if little white kids can learn this stuff at those ages, why can't our kids? You know what I mean? Why are we taught that it's taboo? Why are we taught that black people shouldn't have guns and guns are dangerous and guns shouldn't be in the black community? Why are we taught that? You know, they just teach us how to, you know, voluntarily disarm ourselves. You know what I mean? Just, you know, it's just another form of social engineering. Yeah, I mean, I agree. You know, you need to teach them all of that stuff, you know, but you still, you know, just like these guns back here have a specific purpose. Sometimes your gun got a specific purpose. Maybe you don't plan on going hunting deer and turkey and stuff like that. Maybe you live in the city, you know, and in the city, you got violence. Like I said, Baltimore here, we got 350 murders a year for a city with 300,000 people. Used to be 500,000 people, but people have been hauling ass up out of here. You know what I mean? Gun clad, we're going to beat the hell out the guards and take their shit first then, I guess. Yeah, you know, nothing wrong with that. Go for it. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know, airsoft pistols. Teach your kids how you ain't got, you know, like, again, I was giving solutions on how to, you know, teach kids. And the guy, you know, guy that was interviewing me was like, well, you know, guns are too dangerous to have in high school. I'm like, well, you don't need real guns. You use airsoft pistols. They function and operate just like the real thing. They break down just like the real thing for the most part. Use an airsoft gun. You know, the recoil ain't there, but the mechanics are. You know, I think that gun safety should be taught in high school. I think you should learn in 9th grade. You know, like I said, airsoft guns, simunition.
Can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news.
Oh, I guarantee it. Same here in Baltimore. You know what I mean? You know, now, like I said, I went from like not having in any concept of anything about guns to, I can carry in like 35 states. I can carry a gun in 35 states. I can build in a, you know, I appreciate that, huh? You know what I mean? I just, they'll be thinking sometimes, you know, brother be thinking over here. But like I said, you know, some of these guns back here, I built these. You know what I mean? So I forgot, somebody said in the chat, if you can build it, you can fix it. Exactly. You know what I mean? You know, I went from knowing nothing about guns to like being proficient in guns, and you know, in some cases gun law, you know what I mean, as far as where I can and can't carry, you know what I mean? You know, I'm about to go out Pennsylvania probably either this month or next month and get my Pennsylvania license, simply because all I need is my Maryland license. I have my Maryland license. I just show up to the courthouse and get my PA license. You know what I mean? You know, I want to be able to carry up and down the East Coast, you know? Cam will tell you, you know, Unc will tell you, H will tell you, when I got out to Vegas, I had that thing on me in Vegas. Legally. I flew to Vegas with my little Hellcat legally. And I was out there with it. You know what I mean? I don't go nowhere without it. It's like wearing this Apple Watch. You feel me? You know, it's always on me. Phone, wallet, keys, Apple Watch, Glock 43. Or Hellcat. One of them. If I'm feeling real sexy, I might carry one of these bad boys right here. One of these two pistols up here. My Mechanic or my Glock 35. You know what I mean? You know, and my, you know, it's I think it's important, you know, for self-defense. Look at Israel. You know, Israel, everybody they have to have a gun. They got to serve in the military. You know what I mean? You know, I think like, is it Denmark or somewhere in the Netherlands? One of them, you got to have at least a shotgun in your house. I think it's mandatory. You feel me? And nobody talks about that. You know, it's always, oh well, Europe they do this, and Europe they do that. You know, like, no, some parts of Europe it's required that you have a gun. You know what I mean? But people don't like to talk about that. But you know, people don't understand how important the 2A is, especially in the black community. Once the black community get on board with the 2A like they should be, we could probably make some real change, for real. You know what I mean? Yeah, so like I know that my Maryland, my Utah, and my DC license cover me for Delaware, but PA I can't until I go up there and get it. It used to be that if I had my Utah, it covered PA, but they changed the law. The gun laws changed like on the fly, people, just so you know. You know what I mean? They changed on the fly. So, you know, like I said, yeah, they do cover like 30 states, and then my Maryland covers like another. My Maryland and DC cover another 5. You know what I mean? Yeah, so like I know that when I need, in order for me to get Florida, I got to shoot for Florida. So I got to take the Florida class and all that other stuff, which is no different than the Utah class, 4-hour class, except for Utah you didn't have to shoot, but for Florida you got to shoot, which I don't mind. It's 25 rounds. I can do that with my eyes closed. You know, so I may get my Florida license. I can believe it. You know what I mean? Hey, know what you mean by unloaded? Like no magazine, or you don't have one in the chamber? Yeah, CCW, I heard in California it's tough to get. Maryland is damn near impossible. The only reason I got one is because of the family business. You feel me? You damn near gotta have a business to have a carry permit in Maryland. But Utah, anybody can get one. You can get an out-of-state license. I got an out-of-state license. DC, believe it or not, for a lot of y'all that don't know, DC's a shout issue, which means they have to give it to you if you apply for it and if you qualify for it. And there's no good and substantial reason that you need to get a DC license, just so you guys will know. You know what I mean? It's real. I didn't know that until like a year ago, and the minute I found that shit out, I went and got that shit immediately, just in case that shit changed. I went and got that immediately. I know y'all can see me sweating in here. I don't know, for some reason it's hot as I don't know what in this house. Like I'm in the basement. I'm like, yo, my basement hot like this? Yeah, yo, always. Hold on real quick. I had to get me some tissue. Boy, I'm in here sweating like a pastor. But yeah, always, yo, never stop learning, yo. I was just telling a friend the other day that I want to take some long distance classes. I want to take, like, I'm good for about 200-300 yards, but I'm trying to shoot 600, 700, 800 yards. You know what I mean? At least with that scope on this 308 I got back here, that's good for that. You know what I mean? That was an expensive scope, and the 1,000 yards, 1,200 yard scopes, I ain't got that type of money right now. You right? You know what I mean? They shouldn't be intimidating. They're tools. They're tools, and they only suit the purpose that you give it. Period. My guns ain't getting out the safe and going to commit no shit. I'm not going to catch my guns walking down the street. You feel me? You know what I mean? It's just, you know, it's just rhetoric that people give. You know what I mean? If you respect it and you follow those 4 rules of gun ownership, you'll be fine. You know, simple as that. Somebody should have taught Alec Baldwin that. You know what I mean? But people don't really understand how important the 2A is, man. You know what I mean? Hey, Unc, you still in the room, yo? Why didn't you go with us to the range, yo? What happened? We was out Vegas, yo. Why didn't you go with us to the range, yo? We had fun. We had a whole lot of fun, yo. Why didn't you roll out there with us, man, if you still up in here? Yeah, I believe that. You know what I mean? It depends on what city you're growing up in, though. Like I said, these democratic strongholds, they teach these kids that guns aren't this, guns aren't that. You know what I mean? You know, like shit. And Friday, you know, Debo would have killed Craig. I'd have, man, nigga, please. I'd have walked out there with that glizzy too. Oh yeah, that's right. He did say he went to Walmart, but he still could have went. No, he still. Oh yeah, I don't know what time he went, cause I know we had went to Walmart beforehand. We went to Walmart, then came back and went to the range after that. I think it was the same day, but Monk might have went to Walmart a little later in the day. You know what I mean? That was a good time out in Vegas. Hey y'all, look, check it. You know, next year's gonna be live, yo. Come out there for Hotep weekend, man. We had so much fun. Y'all don't understand how much fun we had out there. You know what I mean? Hotep weekend was lit, man. And like I said, you know, I would just tell y'all, start saving up now. It's not that bad of a, you know, a trip. You know what I mean? As far as saving up for it, you know, it was a great time. We had a great time. A lot of, you know, building and camaraderie, stuff like that. It was great. You know what I mean? I can't wait either, Pop. Yeah, I like the Hellcat, yo, honestly, when it first came out, I held off on getting it, and then when I knew I was going out to Vegas, I didn't want to carry the 43X. So I was like, man, I need something a little smaller. Went to the local gun store. They had 2 Hellcats in there. So they had the Hellcat with the optic, and they had a normal Hellcat. And my carry guns, I don't really need an optic on them. Like I got handguns with red dots. But like nah, my carry gun, most of my carry guns don't have red dots. I have one carry gun with a red dot, and that's my P320. You know, that's my Gucci gun though. You know what I mean? But that's about it. You know what I mean? But the Hellcat is a dope gun, and that shit is fucking accurate. Right. When seconds count, the cops are minutes away. Simple as that. Cops just coming to take a report after the fact. You know, and that's one of my fears, and I tell people that all the time, yo. The reason why I got into guns, man, and I'm getting my family trained up is because my biggest fear is coming home and my family stretched out. You feel me? That's one thing I can't have. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell you the story that my father, right, got a friend. You know, he's a developer in Baltimore. So he always going after me and my dad for having guns. Like, why you guys got all these guns? Blah 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 blah. So one day my father just got tired of him going in. So my father said, all right, I got a question for you. He said, I got a scenario. He said, you in the house, you in the bed with your old lady, y'all butt naked, y'all chilling. 2 dudes bust in your room, boom. Either you watch or you die. What you gonna do? What you gonna do then? This nigga went out and got himself a shotgun the next day. You know what I mean? When you put something to somebody like that, where you know nobody want to watch their loved ones get hurt or sodomized or none of that shit, and they could have did something about it. You know, that's one of my big things. Like I got guns on each floor of the house. You feel me? I'm gonna get into something. You know what I mean? But you know, that's my biggest fear. I don't want my family, you know, I don't want my family helpless. You know what I mean? And I damn sure won't be helpless in the street. I want to come home. You feel me? You like SIGs, yo? I ain't gonna lie, yo. I was like, they got some good triggers, yo. They got some great triggers. You feel me? They got some really good triggers. I like to say my P320's dope. Cam showed me a P220. Man, I want me a P220. I want me a P220 so bad, but I ain't right now. I can't. Buy, I'm gonna get in trouble for buying some more guns, yo. That H&K, man. Pop. What you gonna drop on that, yo? What they about 9? They about a stack? You know what I mean? Okay, I hear you, Bruce. Yeah, that's my the Shield Plus is dope. I think my father got that, and also the M&P EZ, the 9mm EZ. I got that for my mother. You know, my mother love that gun. You know what I mean?
Gotta see things, see new faces and brand new things. Gotta go places and do things.
Make sure you. Oh, I got a couple cop friends, bro. Got cops in my family. Exactly. It's the truth, though. It's the truth. You know what I mean? You know, you're mistaken. You know, if they're going to get there on time. Best thing to do is call 911 help, throw their fucking phone in the middle of the floor, and take care of business. But that's not bad. Okay. That ain't bad at all. I know H&K usually, they expensive. Hey, yeah, that Banshee dope. That CMG Banshee, yeah. I know if y'all go back to the live stream me and HJ did, I gave y'all a little show and tell on what I got in my safe in the basement. That is a little bit of what I got in my basement safe. You know what I mean? You know. Yeah, the TP9 subcompact. I was going to buy that, but I had the 43X and I had the Hellcat, so I just left that alone. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, check this out. Canic is one of my favorite guns, Joe. Canic is one of my favorite guns. It's my TP9 SFX. It's one of the best guns I got, man. Shit is dope. The trigger on it, again, nothing in the gun. Nothing in the gun. All right. Look at this trigger. Look at this trigger. Take up. Look at this. Look. Nothing. Look at the reset. That's the reset. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. I also got I got the Elite as well. The TP9 the Elite, the Salient Arms Edition. You know what I mean? But you know, you got jamming issues with the 43? Well, I got a 43X. I ain't had no issues with that 43X. That shit just run. I did hear about the normal 43s. They did have some issues, but that 43X run, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate that, cuz. I mean, right here, yeah. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's what I thought about doing for myself for early Christmas present. Is a tax, you know, get me a can, get me a 9mm can. You know what I mean? I got a couple of 9mm carbines in here that I could throw that on. Not really worried about it for the AR. Is a Baldwin 45. Oh man. I mean, honestly, when you go to the gun store, right, it's all in what feels good in your hand. It's all with, like, the trigger pull, the slide, you know, it's all in what feels good to you. You know, you can get people like, yeah, this is one of the best guns you can get, or yeah, this is one of the best guns you can get. It's all in we're all in what feels good to you. You feel me? You know, always keep that in mind when you go to the gun stores. Whatever feels comfortable in your hand. You know what I mean? You know, they got basic brands like Glock and SIG and, like I said, Canic. Those, you know, they're reliable, you know, but you want to make sure that the gun feels good. You know, that's what you want to make sure. You want to make sure the guns feel good, and that you ain't got no real issues with it. You know, so that's my advice to you when you go to the gun store. Get y'all. I can't find one. I can't find one locally. I would love to get me an FM45 tactical. I couldn't get the FM45 tactical, so I got the I ended up buying a 1911. I ended up buying a 1911 because I couldn't find the FM45 tactical. The 1911 was calling my name when I seen it. I just wanted a 45. I have no intentions of carrying it. Just want it. Exactly. Same for concealed holsters. Yep. There's been a couple times I bought a concealed holster. I'm like, oh, this is some shit. And, you know, I sent it back, or I just threw the shit in the trash can and bought something else. Go, yo. Go to the range, yo. You know, especially if he in the guns and he know what he talking about. Like my best friend, man, he police. You know what I mean? But he was a Marine as well. And, you know, he the one who taught me how to build. You know what I mean? He the one who taught me how to shoot. He the one who taught me how to shoot under pressure. You feel me? You know, it's, you know, ain't nothing wrong with that. Go to the range with him. Check it out. You know? But anyway, that's been about an hour. I'm about to get up off of here. Get ready for tomorrow. I got a long day. I appreciate y'all rolling with me. Hey, like I said, if you new, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. Anyway, happy Monday, everybody. I wish y'all the best. And I'll talk to y'all next time. It's Hotep. I'll at you.